All right, so these are the OnePlus earbuds, and they're actually the Pro 3s. I really didn't know what to expect, but I'm going to be completely honest with you. I like them, although I don't think they're for everybody. They do have a couple of caveats, but in general, I think they might even be a better option than AirPods Pro. But hear me out before you go and buy them out or decide whether or not to buy them. So let's get started. First of all, let's start by the aesthetics. The case on these things feels extremely premium. The outside looks like a rigid leather. It's not leather, obviously, and it's not soft. It's completely plastic, but it looks very nice. On the sides, you have some kind of titanium or metal covering the case, and that gives it that premium feeling. It also doesn't hold any fingerprints, which is something I love, and that's very important for some people when you have a couple of earbuds, because it's terrible to have something with a glossy finish and having to clean them all the time. These don't have that issue. Might be a minor thing for you, but if you're like me, it could be a little bit of an important thing to consider when you're buying earbuds. Now, another thing that I like a lot about these earbuds is that they're tuned with a brand called Dyna Audio. And this means a couple of things. First of all, the equalizer on them was supposedly a collaboration between OnePlus and Dyna Audio. But also the drivers, according to what I read, and I can't actually prove this because I can't take them apart, and I'm not an audio engineer, so I really don't know if these claims are true or not. I can tell you how they sound. But according to OnePlus and Dyna Audio, these have 11mm drivers, and they also have a woofer inside. And each one of these have a DAC tuned to each headphone. So that is very interesting to me. Again, I can't prove if this is real or not, but I can tell you about the sound quality, which we're going to go into in a little bit more. Now, they also have noise cancellation. The noise cancellation is actually up to 50 decibels. That means that if there's noise in the street, there's voices or whatever, it can cancel up to 50 decibels, which is pretty impressive for the price range. Although AirPods Pro do claim to have a stronger noise cancellation, it's something that I can't compare, but I can tell you how I feel that noise cancellation, and it's excellent. It does a great job, obviously, with continuous noise, like maybe air conditioning, maybe airplane turbines, engines, all that type of thing. It does a very good job. But it also does a great job, and that's the part that surprised me a lot, with voices. Normally, voices are very hard to cancel out, and these are doing a great job with that. It became to a point where it was even a little bit of uncomfortable being at the gym because people were talking to me and I never heard them. I swear to God, I didn't hear their voice once. And they told me, I've been trying to talk to you for about 2 minutes. I mean, granted, I don't go to the gym to talk to people. That's why I put these on, and I don't want to listen to anything, but it can feel like you're being a little bit rude. So take into account the noise cancellation is pretty strong. The good thing is you can actually control that noise cancellation from the app, and you can decide whether it's a little bit stronger or a little bit lower. And you can also use transparency mode on these, and you can also map what you want the buttons to do, whether for noise cancellation, change track, or even activate transparency mode. And transparency mode, by the way, is very, very good. It doesn't feel robotic. It actually feels a little bit more natural. So you're actually not going to let the stereo noise come in and feel a little bit loud, because that happens with some earbuds. The transparency mode can be too strong, and that will affect you and make you feel like you're actually hearing everything a little bit louder, because you are. And that's not something you want with transparency mode. You want it to be as more natural as it can be. Now, look at the size of this case, and I'm telling you that because that is pretty important. See how small it is? See how slim it is? You can fit it in your pocket without any issues. Yes, a lot of earbuds do that, of course. But almost no earbuds on the market can give you 12 hours of continuous playing. Listen to what I'm telling you. They can give you up to 12 hours. That is insane for the size of this case. And granted, with the case, you can get up to 44 hours of total battery life. I've been using these for about 2 weeks, and I haven't charged them once, not a single time. That means you might be able to use these like maybe your gym headphones, and maybe not even charge them once a month. So that is excellent, especially if you travel a lot or take buses or any type of commute. You won't have to be worrying about whether your earbuds have juice or not. They probably will always have juice and most likely will always be charged. So great battery life, and I don't remember any earbuds that I've tested this year that can give me 12 hours of continuous playing. But obviously, to be completely honest with you, if you turn ANC on, that battery life will go down. Obviously, if you turn up the volume, that battery life will also go down. So I can say if you have ANC on and have maybe 50% of volume, you can expect about maybe 8 to 9 hours. Definitely not bad. 8 to 9 hours is a lot of time, and most people won't even have them on that much time. Again, that's not all that's interesting with these earbuds and why I think they might actually be a better option than the AirPods Pro. Well, they also have a high definition codec called LHDC. It's not LDAC, it's not Qualcomm, but it does an excellent job, and it's the 5.0 version. Most Android phones have this codec, but do consider that compared to LDAC or Qualcomm, not all Android devices are compatible with this codec. Most of the new ones are, but do check the list before if you're interested in using this codec. Using this codec will also reduce the battery life dramatically. They also have gaming mode, and as I mentioned previously, they have an app where you can update the firmware, map all these functions I just mentioned, or even activate high-res mode using LHDC mode, but you do need the app for that. In some other models, you can activate LDAC or Qualcomm straightly from the Bluetooth settings, but with this model, you have to activate it from the app just so you can take it into account. I don't think it's a deal breaker. It's not that much of an issue. Most likely, if you like that codec, I think you're going to always leave it on. You'll still get a great battery life out of them, but it's a nice addition compared to just having maybe SBC or AAC. Now, another thing that's very important with this pair is that finally a brand listened to all the reviews I made. I don't think so, but I like to think they do. The interior of the earbuds is not glossy. It has a matte finish. That is what you want on earbuds, especially when you're exercising or running, because sweat can drip between your ears and a small drop might make it a little bit slippy. So once you have a matte finish, it's much less likely for these to start slipping, and that's what happened. I tried them out at the gym, I tried them out at the track, tried them out at the street, and had no freaking issue. They don't slip whatsoever. Also, take into account, everybody's ears are completely different, but for me, these are extremely comfortable, they're pretty snug, and I can use them whether for jumping, running, or any type of exercise without having any issues. So, great comfort, at least for my ear type. Now, none of this matters if they don't sound good, right? So, what type of audio can you expect from these? You can equalize them from the app, but more or less you're gonna get a warm sound no matter what settings you start moving around. These do have a great bass, so if you're a bass head, this might be a pair that's excellent for you. That bass is pretty clean, it can be pretty punchy, and does an excellent job if you ask me. It has very clean mids, and doesn't have the strongest high ends, but the vocals are pretty decent. They're not the best in the market, and definitely not for the people that are looking for maybe like analytic audio. That's what I think audiophiles call it, but they're excellent. I think you can get a pretty balanced audio out of them, or you can get a pretty warm audio if you equalize them correctly. So whatever you want, and I think they're excellent for mainstream audio like hip hop, pop, rock, any type of audio like that is going to do an excellent job on this pair. And I think the audio is very crispy and pretty clean. So not bad at all. Now, remember I told you they do have a couple of downsides. The main downside with these is the price. Depending where you live, these can go up a little bit on price. They are on sale consistently. I've seen them go from $150 to a whopping $200. So yes, we're talking WF Mark V from Sony, AirPods Pro 2 territory. They are a premium pair of earbuds, but they do have a premium price. Another small detail they don't have is that they're not compatible with wireless charging. I really don't use wireless charging, but if you're somebody that travels with a wireless mat, charges everything with wireless charging, well, these can charge that way. But again, 44 hours of total battery life on a pair of buds, you most likely won't have to charge them on a full trip depending where you go. So I don't consider it an issue whatsoever. And I think that's why they didn't include wireless charging, because you won't be charging them that much. The advantage compared to AirPods Pro is that they can also work with any Android phone. You can either use them on iOS or you can use them on Android. It won't make a difference except for the LHDC codec. That is only available for Android phones, but I think they're an excellent alternative in case you don't like AirPods Pro because you also maybe have an Android phone. They do have dual device, which you can also control from the app, by the way. So you can have two devices connected at the same time. Maybe your PC listening to YouTube while you're at work, watching my videos, maybe. and also having your phone at the same time. So in case you receive a call, it will interrupt the audio from the PC and let you know somebody's calling. And now, they also have a killer microphone for phone calls. And what does that microphone sound like? Well, it sounds like this. Yep, this is what these earbuds sound like. I think it's pretty clean. You can use them for work calls, professional calls, I think are okay, even for classes. Taking into account the battery life on them is excellent. Well, you can give long sessions without any issues. But what do you guys think? Do you think the microphones are okay or you don't like them? I like them. I think they're pretty good. And that is it for the OnePlus Buds Pro 3. Would you guys buy them for about $200 on full price or maybe $150 on sale? I think $150 would be more than fair. $200 I think is okay, but it's definitely a premium price, and again, not for everybody. I definitely like them, and I think these are going to be my daily drivers at least for a while. Drop a comment below if you like them, if you're interested in them, and also don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, it helps us quite a bit. But also, before you leave, I want to show you something, and that is this video right over here that I think you might like.